Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Have you ever wondered how easily Haki flows through to skin, weapons and devil fruit? It's no secret to anyone that to conquer the seas you must first conquer Haki. Throughout the whole series we see so many different ways people have gone about achieving this, such as through swords like Zoro, or through their devil fruits like Luffy, and even occasionally through their fists like Garp. The characters that have utilized their own bodies without devil fruits to showcase Haki are only a handful. Some contenders have to be eliminated, such as Jinbei and Sanji, due to having genetic advantages. When thinking of hand-to-hand combat, Garp and Kobe are the first to be pictured, but I believe Sabo also deserves credit because he for the longest time incorporated Fishman Karate to his technique and even embedded it with Haki. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on whether or not skin is the hardest material for Haki to flow through, because we can definitely rule it out as for being the easiest considering there's only a handful of members who even utilize it. All the Yonko and even the King of Pirates chose some kind of weapon or devil fruits to transmit their powers through. Considering their position, it does make sense that they would have the highest grade of their weapons. For the sake of establishing a comparison, Shanks, who uses a supreme grade sword, wiped out the whole of Kid Pirates and their ship with a single sword attack. And we have Garp on the other end, who destroyed a portion of an island using his fists. The magnitude of destruction of both these attacks are quite comparable. However, Garp used his bare fist, whereas Shanks used a sword where there's only 12 in the world. This does beg the question as to whether the flow of Haki is better in higher class swords. A fine example for this is that Rayleigh, who uses a normal sword but yet was on par with an admiral. So no, I don't think there is a significant difference in terms of Haki. However, the type of destruction caused is very different. Like for example, Enma consumes Haki to the point where Zoro struggled to wield it at first, so imagine how much Haki is required to tame a supreme grade sword. This just shows the level of Haki control that is present among the Yonkos. Just putting this out there, but in Rayleigh's prime he wielded a sword that is very similar to Shanks' Griffin, so quite possibly Roger passed his straw hat to Shanks and the vice captain passed on his sword. Shanks is quite literally destined for greatness. A weapon that is really interesting is the use of guns with Haki. Shooting Haki coated bullets presents a very serious threat, as with the range of snipers like Yasop have makes it even impossible to detect. What I have noticed is that being just a sniper in itself is both a strength and a weakness. Being able to shoot for such long distances is definitely a big threat, but when it comes to close combat, these characters are utterly useless. Van Augur navigated around this with his devil fruit, and this is why we have characters who are able to shoot over long distances, but not to the level of, let's say, Usopp, but as a trade-off they have developed their close-range combat skill. Perospero is a great example for this. The flow of Haki, which is considered to be the manifestation of spiritual energy and not through their physical body, and this explains why Seraphins are able to use Haki without any limitation. This begs the question as to whether, for example, S-Hawk uses the manifestation of either Mihawk, Kuma, or even both. Haki is definitely the most fair power scaling mechanism, because unlike devil fruits, which grants unbelievable power, Haki can only be achieved through extremely vigorous training. Even Rayleigh said that 2 years of continuous training wouldn't be enough for most individuals to gain an understanding of Haki. Kaido, who was referred to as the king of beasts due to his unbreakable body and destructive powers, but those who actually managed to pose a threat to him would understand that his control over Haki is what made him a true beast. Haki control can transcend all other abilities, and we have seen this time and time amongst the strongest characters in one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of what the most compatible format for the flow of Haki is.